Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play a fingerstyle arrangement of Somewhere Only We Know. It's a beautiful song, and this arrangement for the most part is really easy to play. Some of the parts with the percussion might be a little challenging for some of you, but don't worry, I'll explain everything and you'll get used to it. In this video, I'm going to cover the intro, verse, pre-chorus, verse 2 and pre-chorus 2. The chorus and outro are on a separate part 2 video available on my Patreon page. And also all the tabs for this are available there as well. If you want them, check out the link down below. It really helps support my channel. So for this arrangement, we are in standard tuning and you need to put a capo on the 3rd fret of your guitar. So let's start with the first part, which is the intro. It sounds like this. So we start off with this part. So here on the left hand we have a portion of a G major chord. You're holding the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And also keep in mind that you have to mute the 5th string. So you have to let your middle finger slightly touch the 5th string while you're fretting the note above it, so that it remains muted like that. All the rest of the strings should ring out fine. So on the right hand, you start by playing a roll like that. So you start from the 6th string and play all the way up to the 1st string with the index finger like that. And after the roll, we have this. So there, right after the roll, you're playing the 1st string, just that string. And then you're slapping and ringing the chord. Like that. So if you don't know that technique, it's called the slap and strum technique, which is used to add percussion. You're doing two things together. You're slapping your thumb onto the lower strings to create that percussive sound. And with the index finger, you're playing the notes on the higher strings. So you're doing both of them together at the same time, like that. So if you practice that a few times, you'll get used to it. So here, right after you played the roll and the note on the 1st string, you do this technique, where you're ringing the 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st string using this technique. And in the end, you play just the 1st string again. Like that. I'll do that again. And after that, you have this part. So here you're plucking the outer 2 strings, the 6th string and the 1st string together. Then you're plucking just the 1st string. Then you're doing the slap and strum technique again, just like before, and then you're playing the 1st string again. So you get this. And if you do it all the way from the very beginning with the first part, you get that. And after that you have this part. So here you're changing from the G major chord to this chord, where you're holding the note on the 2nd fret of the 6th string with the thumb, the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and the 2nd fret of the 1st string. So on the right hand you have this. So you plug the 6th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and the 1st string all together. Then you plug just the 1st string, and then you slap and ring the chord using that technique. Like that. And after that you have this part. So So here you're changing from this chord to this one. So the bass note here stays, the note on the second fret of the sixth string. You have to now hold the note on the first fret of the second string with the index finger and the third fret of the first string with the little finger. And on the right hand you have this. So on the right hand you plug the sixth string, third string, second string and the first string all together. And then you plug just the first string 2 times. And then you have this. So there you're holding on to the same chord, but you're just letting go of the index finger. So now you have an open second string. And on the right hand you slap and ring the chord using that technique. And then you play the first string after that, just that string. So from the start so far we have this. And then we have this part. So on the right hand here we are switching to an A minor 7 chord. You need to hold down the note on the second fret of the fourth string, the first fret of the second string and the third fret of the first string. So you get this chord. And on the right hand you have to play it like this. So on the right hand you plug the fifth string which is open, the third string which is also open, the second string and the first string all together. Fifth, third, second and first. Plug them together like that. Then play just the first string and then slap and ring the chord. And then play the first string again after that. And then you have this part. So here you're plucking the open fifth string and the first string together. Then you're playing just the first string, then slapping and ringing the chord, and then playing the first string again in the end. Like that. So if you now play the entire part on the A minor 7 chord, you get this. And then you have this part. So here we change to a D sus4 chord where you need to hold down the note on the second fret of the third string, third fret of the second string, and the third fret of the first string. So on the right hand you plug the fourth string, third string, second string, and the first string all together. The fourth string there is open. Then you plug just the first string. Then you slap and ring the chord. Like that. And then you have this. So there you change the D sus4 chord to a regular D major chord, where you're just switching this note for this one, the note on the second fret of the first string. So now you have the second fret of the third string, third fret of the second string, and the second fret of the first string. On the right hand you play this. You plug the open fourth string and the first string together. Then you plug the first string 2 more times. Then you change back to the D sus4 chord and play that. So here you're slapping and ringing the chord. Slapping and ringing the third string, second string and the first string. Then you're playing just the first string after that. Like that. So all together from the A minor 7 chord. You get that. So I'll play the whole intro from the start till this point really slowly. So you have this so far. And then you just repeat this entire part. But this time you start by plucking the G like that. Last time you played it with a roll, this time you just plug the chord. So you get this. So everything else there is the same. So that's the whole intro. I'll play the whole thing once really slow. It sounds like this. After that we have the first verse, which sounds like this. So we start off with a portion of a G major chord, where you just need to hold down the 3rd fret of the 6th string and the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So on the right hand, you start by playing the 6th string first, then you play the open 3rd string, then you play the 2nd string. So all together. And then you play the 2nd string again and pull off here from the 3rd fret to the open string, like that. One more time. And after that you have this part, where you're just playing the 6th string first, then the open 3rd string, then the open 2nd string, and then the open 3rd string again, like that. So if you add this with the previous part all together, you get this. And after that you have this part. So here you're changing to this chord. Earlier you were on the G major chord. Now you have to hold the notes on the 2nd fret of the 6th string and the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So you start off by playing this. You play the 6th string first, then you play the 3rd string, then you play the open 2nd string. So all together. And then you add this part. So there you're playing the open 4th string, then the 3rd string, and then the open 2nd string. So all together. And then you have this. So there you're playing the 6th string first, then you're playing the open 4th string, then the 3rd string, and then the 4th string again after that. So all together, the whole thing on this chord. And then you have this part. So here you're switching to an A minor chord, where you have the 2nd fret of the 4th string, the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And on the right hand you need to play this. So you first plug the bass note, the open 5th string, and then you do a roll where you're playing the 4th string, 3rd string and 2nd string like that. You play it with a roll like that. And right after the roll you have this. So there you're playing just the 2nd string 3 times. Like that, after the roll. So all together again. And then you have this. So there again you start by playing the open 5th string. And then you plug the chord all at once. So you're plucking the 4th string, 3rd string and the 1st string all together. And after that you plug just the 2nd string 2 times. Like that. So if you add this with the previous part, you get that. I'll play it once from the start till this point, so you have this so far. And then you have this part. So there you're changing from the A minor chord to this chord where you're just lifting the middle finger up. So now you have the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So you start by playing this. So you start by plucking the chord. You pluck the open 4th string, the 3rd string and the 2nd string all together. Then you lift this finger up, so now you have the open 2nd string there. You play the 2nd string and then you play the 3rd string. So all together, you get that. And after that you have this. So you play the open 2nd string again. And this time you hammer on with your index finger onto the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And then you play this. So you play the 4th string which is open, then the 3rd string, then you lift this finger back up again, so you have the open 2nd string, and then you play the 4th string again. So all together. So if you add this with the previous part on the same chord, you get that. So again, just to recap, I'll play the whole thing from the start till this point. And after that you have this part but with a variation on the 2nd chord. So you start off the exact same way. And on the 2nd chord you have this. So on the left hand you're holding the same exact chord. You have the 2nd fret of the 6th string and the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. On the right hand you start by playing this. So just like earlier, you play the 6th string, then the 3rd string and then the 2nd string. Then you play the 4th string, then the 3rd string and then the 2nd string. After that you play the open 2nd string one more time, like that. And then in the end you add this, where you're playing the note here, the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and then you're playing the open 4th string. So altogether you get this. And then the rest is the same. So that's the entire first verse. I'll play the whole thing again once. It sounds like this. And after that we have the pre-chorus, which sounds like this. So we start off with this chord, which is a portion of an E minor chord. You just need to hold down the notes on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And the 3rd string and 2nd string there in between those two notes are open. So on the right hand you start by playing this. You first plug the 4th string, then you plug the 3rd string, which is open, and then you plug the 2nd string and the 1st string together. The 2nd string there is open, and you're playing the note here on the 1st string. So you're plucking those two strings together in the end. Like that. And right after that you have this, where you plug the 1st string and pull off to the open string from the 3rd fret. So all together, you get that. And after that you have to add this part. So there you're holding this note on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and on the right hand you're playing the 4th string first, then the open 3rd string, then the open 2nd string, and then the 3rd string again. So all together, I'll play it again. And if you add this with the previous part, you get that. And right after that you have this part. So here you have a B minor chord, where you need to hold the notes on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 4th fret of the 4th string, 4th fret of the 3rd string, and 2nd fret of the 2nd string. You don't have to bar or anything with your index finger because we're not playing this note. So just hold it normally like that. And on the right hand you have this. So you first start by plucking the 5th string, then the 4th string, then you plug the 2nd string and 3rd string together, these two. So you get, and after that you play the 2nd string again and pull off to the open string from the 3rd fret here. So you get this. One more time. And in the end you add this part, where you're playing 5, 4, 3, 4. Those are the string numbers. So if you add this again with the previous part, you get that. And after that you have this part. So here you're switching to a regular C major chord where you have the 3rd fret of the 5th string, the 2nd fret of the 4th string, open 3rd string and the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So on the right hand you need to play this. So you start off by playing the 5th string, the bass note. Then you play the rest of the chord with a roll like that. So you're playing the 4th string, 3rd string and 2nd string with a roll. And in the end you're playing just the 2nd string 2 times. So all together you get that. One more time really slow. And in the end you add this part. So there you're plucking the entire chord. So you're plucking the 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string and 2nd string all together. Then you have to play the 2nd string 3 times, just the 2nd string. Like that. So if you add this with the previous part, you get that. So just for reference, I'll play it from the very beginning till this point. So we have this so far. And then we have this part. So here we are changing to this chord where you're holding the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So on the right hand you start by playing this. So you pluck the entire chord first. You're plucking the open 4th string, the 3rd string and the 2nd string all together. Then you're lifting your index finger up, so now you have the open 2nd string. And you're playing that, where you're playing the 2nd string, then the 3rd string and then the 2nd string. Like that. And after that you have this part. So you're bringing your index finger back in on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and you're plucking the entire chord just like earlier. Then you're playing the note on the 3rd string and then you're lifting this finger back up and playing the open 2nd string. So if you add this with the previous part, you get that. I'll do it again really slow. So all together again, you get this so far from the start. And then you have this part. So you start off again the exact same way what you played earlier on the E minor chord. That part remains the same. And then you have this part. So here on the B minor chord, you're playing this. But right after changing to the chord, you're playing the 5th string, then the 4th string, then the 3rd string, and then the 4th string again, really quickly. Like that. And after that you play this, where you're playing the note here on the 2nd string and then pulling off to the open string. So all together. One more time. And in the end you add this part. So again, just like last time, you're playing the 5th string, then the 4th string, then the 3rd string, and then the 4th string again in the end. And right after that you have this part. So you start off the same way on the C major chord. You play the bass note, then the rest of the chord, and then the second string 2 times. And then you do this. So you pluck the entire chord once, then play the second string, then you pluck the chord again, and play the second string again. Like that. And then you have this part. So here you're switching to this chord again, where you're holding the second fret of the third string and the first fret of the second string. So on the right hand, you start by playing this. So you start by plucking the chord, the fourth string which is open, the third string and the second string together. Then you lift this finger up and play the open second string. Then you do this, where you're plucking the open fourth string and the third string together. Then you're plucking the open second string after that. So all together. And in the end you add this part. So there you're bringing your index finger back on the first fret of the second string. You're plucking the chord again, the open fourth string, third string and the second string. Then you're plucking the third string. Then you're lifting this finger back up. And you're plucking the open fourth string, third string and open second string together like that. So all together. And if you play it from the C major chord, you get that. So that's the entire pre-chorus. I'll play the whole thing again. It sounds like this. And after that we have the second verse where we add percussion. It's a lot like the first verse, but there are a few different changes. So I'll play it once for you. It sounds like this. So the very first part on the G major chord sounds like this. So here we are using the same thumb slap technique that we learned in the intro. So you start off by doing this, where you're holding the note on the third fret of the sixth string here, and you're playing the sixth string, then the open third string. After that, while holding this note on the sixth string, you add your ring finger onto the third fret of the second string and you slap and ring this part of the chord. The open fourth string, open third string and the second string all together, you play them with the slap. Like that. And right after the slap, you play the note on the second string again and pull off to the open second string. Like that. I'll do that again really slow. And then you do this. So here you're playing the bass note again, the sixth string. Then you're playing the open third string. Then you're slapping and ringing this part of the chord. The open fourth string, third string and second string. You're playing them with a slap. like that. And in the end, you just play the bass note again, the note on the 6th string, like that. So if you add this with the previous part, you get this. And then you have this part. So there you're changing to that second chord where you're holding the 2nd fret of the 6th string and the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So you start by playing this, where you're playing the 6th string, then the 3rd string, and then the open 2nd string. And after that you slap and ring this part of the chord where you have the open 4th string and the 3rd string. You play them both together with the slap. And after that you add this. So you're again playing the 3rd string and then the open 2nd string. Like that. And right after that you add this part. So you play the 6th string, then the open 4th string. Then you slap and ring this part of the chord, the 4th string and the 3rd string. And then you play the bass note again, the 6th string. Like that. So all together. And after that you have this part. So here we are switching to the A minor chord where you have the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 2nd fret of the 3rd string and 1st fret of the 2nd string. So you start off by playing this, where you play the bass note first, the open 5th string. Then you play the rest of the chord with a roll like that, where you're playing the 4th string, 3rd string and 2nd string. And right after the roll you play the chord with the slap, where you slap and ring the 4th string, 3rd string and the 2nd string. And after that, play the note here, the note on the 2nd string 2 times. Like that. I'll do that again. And after that you have this part. So you play the bass note first, the 5th string. Then you plug these two, the 3rd string and the 2nd string, together. Then slap and ring the chord. And then play the note on the 2nd string again. Like that. So if you play the entire portion on the A minor chord, you get this. And then you have this part. So here you're switching to this chord where you're holding the notes on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So we start by playing this. So we've plugged the chord. We're plucking the 4th string, which is open, the 3rd string and the 1st string all together. Like that. After that you lift this finger up and play just the 2nd string, which is now open. And then you slap and ring the chord. So there you're slapping and ringing these two, the open 4th string and the 3rd string. So you're playing them with a slap. Like that. And then you have this part. So you play the open 2nd string first, then you hammer on with your index finger onto the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then you have this part. So there you're lifting this finger back up again, so now you have the open 2nd string again, and then you're playing this. So you're playing the bass note, the 4th string, which is open, then you're playing the 3rd string, Then you're slapping and ringing the chord, which is all three strings, the fourth string, third string, and second string, these three. And then you're playing the bass note again, the fourth string, like that. So altogether, the whole part on this chord sounds like this. So if you play it from the very beginning till this point, so far you have this. And after that you have this part. So you start off the same way, the part on the G major chord remains the same as earlier. And after that you have this part. So here we are on this chord again, where you have the second fret of the sixth string and second fret of the third string. So you start off by playing this. You play the sixth string, then the third string, then the open second string. Then you slap and ring this part of the chord, the open fourth string and the third string together. Like that. I'll do that again. And right after that you do this, where you play the note, you add your little finger on the third fret of the second string, play that note and pull off to the open string, like that. I'll do that again. And then you have this part, where you play the bass note first, the sixth string, then the fourth string, which is open. Then you slap and ring the fourth string and the third string. And then in the end you play the bass note again, the sixth string. Like that. So altogether you get this. And after that you have this part, which is exactly the same as earlier. And then you have this. So there you're changing from the A minor chord to this chord. So here you have the fifth fret of the fifth string and the fourth fret of the fourth string. And you have to hold it exactly like this. You need to hold the fifth fret here with the ring finger and the fourth fret with the index finger, because you need the rest of the fingers to play the other notes. So you start by playing this. So you plug the fifth string and the fourth string together first. Then you plug the third string, which is open. Then you slap and ring this part of the chord, the fourth string and the third string together. Like that. And after that you have this. There you're adding your little finger on the fifth fret of the third string and you're playing this. We're plucking the third string, then the fifth string, and then the fourth string. And then you're changing the chord to this, so you're lifting this finger up and adding your middle finger on the fourth fret of the third string. And then you're slapping and ringing this part of the chord. The fourth string, third string, and the open second string. You're slapping and playing that, like that. So altogether the whole part on this chord sounds like this. I'll do that again. So that's the whole second verse. I'll play the whole thing again. It sounds like this. after that we have the second pre-chorus, which sounds like this. So we start off by playing the 6th string, which is open. Then you play the 3rd string, which is open. And after that you add your ring finger on the left hand onto the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And then you ring this part of the chord with the slap. So you're basically playing the open 3rd string, open 2nd string, and the 1st string together with the slap there. So all together. Then you play this note again, the note on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and then you pull off to the open string, like that. And right after that pull off, you have this part. So here you have all open strings. You're playing the 6th string, then the 3rd string, then you're slapping and ringing the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string, and then you're playing the bass note, the 6th string again after that, like that. I'll do it again. Now if you add this with the previous part, you get that. And after that you have this part on the B minor chord. So here again you're playing a very similar kind of idea on the B minor chord. So here you need to hold the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 4th fret of the 4th string, 4th fret of the 3rd string, and the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So on the right hand you start by playing this. So you play the 5th string, then the 4th string, then you slap and ring this part of the chord, the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Play them with a slap. And then you pluck this note, the note on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and you pull off to the open string. So all together you get this. And after that you have this part. So here you're playing the 5th string, then the 4th string, then you're slapping and ringing the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string again, just like before, but the 2nd string now is open. And in the end you're playing the bass note, the 5th string. So again, if you add this with the previous part, you get that. And after that you have this. So here you're switching to a C major chord where you're holding the 3rd fret of the 5th string, 2nd fret of the 4th string, open 3rd string, and 1st fret of the 2nd string. So on the right hand you start by playing this. So you play the bass note first, the 5th string, then you do a roll on the next 3 strings, the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Play them with a roll like that. And right after the roll, you slap and ring the chord. Like that. So you're slapping and ringing the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, these 3. You're playing them with a slap. And in the end, you're adding this note. You're just playing the note on the 2nd string. Like that. I'll play it again really slow. And then you add this part. So there you're first plucking the chord. You're plucking the 5th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string together. Then you're playing just the 2nd string. Then you're slapping and ringing the chord. And then you're playing the 2nd string again in the end. like that. So if you add this with the previous part, and if you play it a little more up to speed, you get that. And then you have this part. So here you're changing to this chord where you're holding the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So you start by playing this. So you first plug the chord, you plug the 4th string which is open, the 3rd string and the 2nd string all together. Then you lift this finger up and play the open 2nd string, just that note. Then you slap and ring this part of the chord, the open 4th string and the note here on the 2nd string. So the 4th string and the 3rd string, these two. Like that. And after that, play the open 2nd string in the end. Like that. And after that, you add this part. So here you're bringing your index finger back on the 1st fret of the 2nd string here. And on the right hand, you play the open 4th string and the 2nd string together first. Then you play the 3rd string. Then you lift this finger up and now you have the open string there. And now you slap and ring this part of the chord, the open 4th string, 3rd string and open 2nd string, these three. Like that. So the whole portion on the last chord sounds like this. So if you play the whole thing from the start till this point, all together you get this. And then you just repeat this part again. So you just have to play this 2 times back to back and that gives you the 2nd pre-chorus. So I'll play the entire 2nd pre-chorus again. It sounds like this. That's it for this video. All the rest of the parts after the 2nd pre-chorus, the chorus and everything else are on a separate part 2 video available on my Patreon page. If you like my work, I'd recommend trying it out for a month. It costs $4 to join and you get exclusive perks. And moreover, it really helps support my channel and helps me bring more videos like this one to you. A huge shout out and thanks to all my current Patreon members. Really appreciate you guys. And as always, I really hope this video helped. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.